Done is suggested to parents that what would they do if they found out that there was something that was responsible for half of the deaths to all the teenagers in Canada. What would they demand? The first thing they would demand is tremendous government action and attention to the problem. Well, in fact, there is something that is responsible for half the deaths to the teens in this country, and it's road crashes. And when parents hear that, their reaction is that, well, perhaps there should be some form of immunization or inoculation against this dreaded problem. And that's how we see graduated licensing. It's a form of immunization to allow new drivers the opportunity to gain that much-needed experience under low-risk conditions.
Driving mistakes cost lives. 85% of collisions are due to driver error. If this crash could be recreated, its victims could discover what each of them had contributed to the disaster. Accidents are like textbooks. If you know how to read them, you may be able to avoid a similar end.
We're going to revisit the accident you saw at the beginning of this program. Let's see if we can discover in the anatomy of that crash what driver skills were missing.
She's wandering in her lane, evidence that her mind is not on the road. The signs of her preoccupation are obvious. Her driving is erratic. She doesn't signal her intentions. She cuts far too close to other cars. The young man is almost totally absorbed in his music. He's not in control. The camper's lane change was almost complete before the driver signaled. He's not paying attention and clearly doesn't know where he's going. Now the woman is tailgating. The camper should pull out of her way and let her pass.
Come on, open it.
Suddenly, a hazard. He overcorrects. And at this exact moment, the woman is pulled out to pass without checking her blind spot. She heads straight into his path. The young man escapes with a dented car, but a series of avoidable errors has led to death. Can we rewrite our laws so that this ambulance need not arrive?
All new drivers, young or old, pose risks to the rest of us. Tests in Britain and the United States show that a relative inability to detect hazards is common to the novice driver. It makes sense then that we should ease these drivers onto the road in stages, and that's what we call graduated licensing.